Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Thursday, 8th of August 2024. From the world history, a historic agreement took shape on August 8, 1945 as the United States, the Soviet Union, Britain, and France came together to sign the Treaty of London. From the Indian history, 1942, Mahatma Gandhi launched the Quit India movement on the 8th of August 1942. Mahatma Gandhi launched the Quit India movement for freedom from the British rule in Mumbai, then Bombay. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that Tunisian president replaces prime minister without any explanation. Tunisia's prime minister Ahmed Hachani is welcomed by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni on the second day of the G7 summit at the Borgo Ignazia resort in Salvellitri, Italy on June 14, 2024. Mr. Hachani had taken office on August 1st last year, replacing Najla Bowden, who has also dismissed without an official reason by Mr. Said. Tunisian President Kais Saied sacked his Prime Minister Ahmed Hachani without explanation on Wednesday, August 7, 2024, and replaced him with the Social Affairs Minister Kamal Majori. His office said in a statement, Mr. Hachani had taken office on August 1st last year, replacing Najla Bowden, who was also dismissed without any official reason by Mr. Said. Paris Olympics, Vinesh Fogart appeals against disqualification in court of arbitration for sports. Wrestler Vinesh Fogart, after she was disqualified from the women's wrestling 50 kg in Paris on August 7, 2024. Vinesh demands that she be awarded a joint silver medal. Matter will be taken up on August 9. Indian wrestler Vinesh Fogart on Wednesday, August 7, 2024, appealed against her disqualification from the 50 kg category Olympic finals in the Court of Arbitration for Sports (CAS), demanding that she be awarded a joint silver medal after being forced out for being 100-gram overweight in the morning weight in an Indian Olympic Association (IOA) source in the visiting Indian contingent confirmed the development to PTI. Supreme Court frowns at the 5,000 cases to 40 convictions ratio in PMLA cases. The Supreme Court made its earlier orders of interim bail in May and July absolute. The judge questions the quality of evidence obtained in the PMLA case. Supreme Court on Wednesday allowed a Chhattisgarh-based businessman to continue on a bail till the end of his trial in a money laundering case while voicing skepticism about the startlingly disproportionate ratio of 5,000 cases held to be a dismal 40 convictions secured by the Directorate of the Enforcement under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA) in the past decade. UPSC to give order copy to Pooja Khedkar in 2 days. Highest trainee Pooja Khedkar. Yes, media. Delhi High Court disposes of Miss Khedkar's plea, challenging the Commission's press release stating that her candidature has been dismissed. The Union Public Service Commission (UPSC) informed the Delhi High Court on Wednesday, on August 7, 2024, that it will communicate within the 2 days its order cancelling former probationary Indian Administrative Service (IAS) officer Pooja Khedkar's candidature to her. The High Court disposed of Ms. Khedkar's plea, challenging the Commission's press release stating that her candidature has been dismissed. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that what explains the Bangladesh crisis. An aerial view shows anti-government protesters storming Bangladesh outside Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's palace in Dhaka on August 5, 2024. The precise sequence of events leading up to Sheikh Hasina's resignation as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh and departure for India on August 5 may not be available, but it appears to have followed the reluctance of the army to try and forcibly interdict the oncoming mass of people, as may have been the wish of the Prime Minister. This left no option for her but to relinquish office, and as insisted upon by the family. seek safety outside Bangladesh. In Nepal, too, in April 2006, the Royal Nepal Army refused to fire on fellow citizens, leading to the political retreat and eventual abdication of the king. The appointment of Professor Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel-winning economist who pioneered a microcredit in Bangladesh, as head of the caretaker government is welcome. India will need to exercise patience and await developments. Deb Mukherjee is former Indian ambassador to Bangladesh. The views expressed are personal. Bangladesh News highlights new government headed by the Muhammad Yunus to be sworn in on August 8. Today says Army Chief. Bangladesh News Live Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, who was recommended by Bangladesh's students leader as a head of the interim government in Bangladesh, stands at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport in Roissy and France, August 7, 2024. Bangladesh News highlights a day after former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resigned and fled the country, Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus has been appointed head of the interim government. According to the protesting leaders, they expect members of an interim government led by Yunus to be finalized on Wednesday. Supreme Court Bar Association (SCBA) President A.M. Mahbub Uddin Khonkon has urged India to arrest Sheikh Hasina and her sister Sheikh Rehana and return them to Bangladesh. As the protests continued across the country, over 20 bodies of Hasina's party members have been found, reported the Dhaka Tribune. Supreme Court expunges controversial remarks by High Court judge, emphasizes hierarchical respect. Supreme Court of India, underscoring the importance of the judicial discipline and the hierarchical structure of India's judicial system. The Supreme Court on Wednesday expunged contentious remarks made by Justice Rambir Sehrawat of the Punjab and Haryana High Court against the top court. Kagre and Nadda engaged in a war of words over a preamble row. Senior Congress leader Raja and Rajya Sabha leader of opposition Mallikarjun Kharge and the Union Minister J.P. Nadda engaged in a war of words on Wednesday over the issue of the revamped school curriculum in the central government institutions. Leader of the opposition Rajya Sabha and Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, heavy buying DIIs offsets a surge in FPI outflow over the past 3 days. Mutual funds, which are sitting on a cash pile, are major investors in the market. Net inflows into equity mutual fund schemes grew by 17% month on month to an all-time high of rupees 40,608.19 crore in June month from rupees 34,697 crore in the May month. On Wednesday, when the Sensex rose by 1.11% or 875 points to 79,468.01, and the National Stock Exchange Nifty Index shot up by the 1.27% to 24,297.50. FPI withdrew rupees 3,314 crore from the market, while DIIs invested rupees 3,801 crore. Portal to ease the entry of Chinese technicians into the India has begun functioning officially. Industry sources said that several manufacturers are often forced to move manufacturing to alternate locations where there are no such restrictions. India approved only a quarter of the total 4,435 foreign direct investment applications from China up to June last year, since the modification in Press Note 3 was introduced in April 2020. Oil Express concern over Bangladesh's BIMSTEC need to re-examine FTA talks. The BIMSTEC bloc includes 7 countries: Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and Thailand. Speaking at the CII's BIMSTEC Business Summit 2024, Goel said that India is deeply concerned about the evolving situation in Bangladesh. Now going towards the world news, including watch thunderstorm with the heavy rain clouds flooding across the New York City. California woman brought sword baton into the Capitol during the January 6 riot. FBI. Minnesota court upheld was back to law restoring felons' right to vote. Yemen's Houthi targets conship ownership to United States destroyers. Deadly floods devastated Yemen. 30 killed, hundreds displaced. United Nations Health Agency convening experts meeting to decide if Mpox outbreak in the Africa is global emergency. British policy brace for the fresh riots as a storm promises swift action. Now going to the science and tech, we have scientists find hidden hormone keeping the mice mother's bones healthy. Osteoblasts purple rimming upon a specule, pink or diagonal in the tissue. The osteoblasts have retracted and are separated from each other and from their underlying matrix. Scientists have suspected that there is another way in which the body strengthens bones independent of the estrogens. Osteoporosis is a condition in which the body's bones become weak and brittle. There are more than 10 million cases of the osteoporosis every year in India, and it disproportionately affects aging women more than men. The hormone estrogen plays a crucial role in the condition because it stimulates the growth of the formation of new bone after menopause. The decreased function of ovaries leads to estrogen being depleted in the body, resulting in the loss of bone mass. Chandrayaan 3 team ex-Indian Institute of Science director win National Science Awards. Noted biochemist and a former director of the Indian Institute of Science, G. Padmanabhan Bahan, was announced as a winner of the Vigyan Ratna. 33 Rashtriya Vigyan Purushkar Awards will be given on August 23. 13 scientists will be get the Vigyan Shri Award and 18 the Vigyan Yuva Award. The government has announced the first set of the Rashtriya Vigyan Purushkar or national awards for the scientists ever since it controversially cut down the number of the such awards in 2022. There 33 of these awards are slated to be given on August 23, the National Space Day, to mark the Chandrayaan 3's moon landing, and were announced on Wednesday, August 7, 2024. Following the rehaul of the scientific awards scheme, the Ministry of Science and Technology in January this year had notified 4 categories of awards comprising a maximum of 56 for scientists. These are up to the 3 Vigyan Ratna to recognize lifetime achievements and the contributions made in the given field of the science and technology. Up to 25 Vigyan Shri to recognize the distinguished contributions, up to 25 Vigyan Yuva. Shanti Swarap Bhatnagar Award to recognize and encourage young scientists who made an exceptional contribution, and up to 3 Vigyan Team Awards to recognize a team of 3 or more scientists, researchers, innovators who have made an exceptional contribution working in a team. Africa Mpox resurgence with a deadlier and more transmissible strain fuel alarms. While of a single dose of the Jones vaccine for Mpox. The World Health Organization (WHO) said earlier this week that it was considering convening an expert committee to advise on whether to declare an international emergency, as it did during the global Mpox outbreak in 2022. 2 years after a global outbreak, fears are rife that a new strain of Mpox, previously known as monkeypox, identified in DR Congo and now also in several neighboring countries, could further spread. Deadlier and more transmissible than previous forms, the monkeypox strain surging in the Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC) is since the September month known as the clade IB subclade. Is spread person to person. Novartis Viatris faced new lawsuit over HeLa cell misuse claims. This undated image available by the National Institute of Health and National Center of Microscopy in the August month of 2013 shows HeLa cells, the cancerous cells originally taken from the Henrietta Lacks in 1951, without her knowledge or consent, were the first human cells that could be grown indefinitely in a laboratory. The estate of Henrietta Lacks accused the pharma companies of unlawfully profiting from the use of the HeLa cells to create the drugs that have been integral to their market presence without paying or gaining permission from her estate. Pharmaceutical companies Novartis and Viatris were hit with a federal lawsuit in Maryland on Monday, August 5, 2024, by the family of a woman whose tissue cells are taken from her body in the 1950s and used to fuel medical research and development. The estate of the Henrietta Lacks accused Novartis and Viatris of unlawfully profiting from the use of the HeLa cells to create drugs that have been integral to their market presence without paying or gaining permission from her estate. 3.85 crore people screened for sickle cell anemia across 17 states, Union Health Minister says. The Council of Scientific and Industrial Research has been actively promoting research in the gene editing therapies for advanced treatment options for sickle cell disease, Mr. Nadda said. JP Nadda, responding to question in the Rajya Sabha, also said that the hydroxyurea has been included in the National Health Mission essential drugs list. A total of 3.85 crore people in 17 identified states have been screened for sickle cell anemia as of 31st of July. Union Health Minister JP Nadda told the Rajya Sabha on Tuesday, August 6, 2024, the National Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission (NSCAEM) was launched by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi from the Madhya Pradesh on July 1, 2023. The objective of the mission includes providing affordable, accessible, and quality care to all the patients with the sickle cell disease, SCD, reducing the prevalence of the disease through the awareness campaigns and targeting screening of 7 crore people aged up to 0 to 40 years in the affected direct districts of the tribal areas of 2025-2026, Mr. Nadda said. NVIDIA to host a flagship artificial intelligence summit in India in October month. NVIDIA has announced its flagship artificial intelligence conference in India to be held between October 23 and 25 at the Geo Convention Center in Mumbai. Last year in September month, Hong met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi during a 5-day tour to discuss the country's potential role as a site for chip making, artificial intelligence talent, resource and market for NVIDIA products. NVIDIA has announced its flagship artificial intelligence conference in India to be held in between October 23 and 25 at the Geo Convention Center in Mumbai, one of the three held globally along the Washington DC and Japan. The NVIDIA Artificial Intelligence Summit will be attended by CEO Jensen Huang along with the other industry leaders. All the day of the summit will be marked by the interactive workshops and panels, hands-on demonstrations of artificial intelligence solutions and tools, and a fireside chat with Huang. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Maulana Abul Kalam, whose full name was Abul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmad bin Khairuddin Al Hassani Azad. Birth anniversary 11 November 1888 of 22nd of February 1958, was an Indian independence activist, writer and a senior Indian leader of the Indian National Congress. Following the India's independence, he became the first Minister of Education in the Indian government. He is commonly remembered as Maulana Azad. The word Maulana is an honorific meaning of master and is adopted as Azad Free as his pen name. His contribution to establishing the Education Foundation in India is recognized by celebrating his birthday as National Education Day across the India. In October 1920, Azad was elected as a member of the foundation committee to establish Jamia Millia Islamia at Aligarh in Uttar Pradesh. Without taking help from the British colonial government, he assisted in shifting the campus of the university from Aligarh to New Delhi in 1934. The main gate number 7 to the main campus of the university is named after him. Azad was one of the main organizers of the Dharsana Satyagraha in 1931 and emerged as one of the most important national leaders of the time, prominently leading the cases of Hindu-Muslim unity as well as espousing secularism and socialism. He served as the Congress president from 1940 to 1945, during which the Quit India rebellion was launched. Azad was imprisoned together with the entire Congress leadership. He also worked for Hindu-Muslim unity through the Al-Hilal newspaper. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad says a famous quotation as he says that educationists should build the capacities of the spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial and moral leadership among the students and become their role model. Okay, thank you.